Good morning, it's Alex with your Main Street briefing for Friday, July 10th. Today, the 1099 threshold change that means less paperwork, a tax deduction that just became permanent, and a reporting rule you can finally stop worrying about. 3 stories, 5 minutes, done. Let's start with paperwork that's about to get lighter. Beginning this tax year, the reporting threshold for Forms 1099 NEC and 1099 MISC jumps from $600 all the way to $2,000, with inflation adjustments going forward. And for third-party payment platforms like PayPal and Venmo, the 1099K threshold resets back to $20,000 and 200 transactions. Why it matters? If you hire contractors or freelancers, you'll issue far fewer 1099s, and the flood of low-dollar 1099K forms that confused so many owners last year is going away. That's real time back at tax season. But lighter reporting is not the same as lighter record keeping. You still owe tax on that income, and you still need clean books whether or not a form gets filed. The businesses that get burned are the ones that treat a missing 1099 as a missing obligation. What to watch? Update your bookkeeping now so you're tracking contractor payments against the new $2,000 line, and confirm your accountant is using the new thresholds before January. Next, a win worth planning around. The 20% qualified business income deduction, the one that lets pass-through owners deduct a fifth of their qualifying business income, is now permanent under the Working Families Tax Cuts. Why it matters? For sole proprietors, partnerships, and S corporations, that deduction is one of the largest tax breaks you get, and until now, it carried an expiration date that made long-term planning a guessing game. Permanent changes the math. You can now structure multi-year decisions, entity choice, retirement contributions, how you pay yourself, around a deduction you know will still be there. Most owners leave money on the table simply because they never sit down with their accountant to optimize for it. What to watch? Book a mid-year tax planning session with your accountant this month specifically to check that your entity structure and owner compensation are set up to capture the full 20% deduction this year. And finally, one rule you can take off your worry list: enforcement of the beneficial ownership information reporting requirement. The one that had millions of small owners scrambling to file remains paused while the government reevaluates how heavy a burden it puts on domestic companies. Why it matters? For most U.S.-based small businesses, you do not need to file that report right now unless you're foreign-owned or in a higher-risk category. That's a rare piece of regulatory relief. But paused is not the same as canceled, and the rules can shift with little warning. The owners who get caught are the ones who assume a paused rule is a dead rule and stop paying attention entirely. What to watch? Confirm with your accountant that your specific business is currently exempt, and set a calendar reminder to recheck the BOI filing status in 90 days, because this one can change fast. That's your Friday briefing and your week. 3 stories, done. Have a good weekend. I'm Alex, and this is Main Street Briefing.